that win by the Clippers kept the Memphis Grizzlies just one game ahead of Sacramento for the 2 spot in the Western Conference.
I forgot who it was. I wish I could pull it up real quick, but somebody tweeted us yesterday a little bit of a weekend who he root for situation, and he talked about how you look at 3 games today: Phoenix versus Dallas, Warriors, Lakers, and Grizzlies, Clippers.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, Mavericks win, Lakers win, Clippers win. We didn't get the Mavericks win, but we got 2 out of the 3 for the Kings. And, I looked at that game with the Clippers. I was watching it. They were up like 13, during that game. And then I literally walked away for a quick second in the third quarter. I come back, it's like 112.99. I said, how did we get here? But the Clippers, I was talking to my man last night, and I know it's looked crazy, since Russ got there and since the All-Star break.
But it hasn't. That's the thing.
Well,
it
wins and losses, and they lost 5. That's all it is. I get what you're saying because all the games have been close. But I still look at this team as a conference finals team, potentially an NBA finals team.
I need to see more. Something's off, and I don't know what. I'm hung up on something. That's admittedly what it is. I'm hung up on something. I'm hung up on Kawhi and Paul George. I feel like those two have different approaches to the season. It's so funny. It reminds me of Paul George was with the Clippers in the bubble, right?
Yep.
And Paul said,
when they called him Pandemic P.
That's right. That's right.
That was not fair.
Well, didn't Paul George say, I'm pretty sure it was that pandemic one. I guess it could have been the year after, but I think it was the 2021 where he said, it's cool. It wasn't championship or bust.
It was that year. It was in the bubble.
Okay, so it's good to see he's changed his mentality a little bit, because I remember being so dumbfounded by that remark. Like, it wasn't? Well, what is y'all goal then? Because Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, in the trades you guys just executed, like we talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves all the time. Minnesota, good for them for getting the win over the weekend against Sacramento. Their goal isn't to be exactly where they were last year after the move that they've made. They have to try to ascend. They have to get into this postseason, and they have to try to ascend in the postseason. Look at that, Paul George, your goal, it wasn't championship or bust.
Well, I understood what he was saying. At least I believe I understood what he was saying.
That season was championship or bust.
But
every season they're together is championship or bust.
But what I think he meant by that is this one year wasn't, and this is what I took from it. This one year wasn't championship. Oh, we didn't get it. It's a failure. Blow this thing up. He's like, we're going to be here. We're here. If we don't win a championship this year, we're going to come back and be championship contenders the next year and the next year and the next year. That's what I took from it. Not that, we were just trying to get past the first round.
Well, no, I don't think that. I don't think he felt that way either. But I got the impression he was like, oh, we get here, growth, get time together, and maybe we'll be back next year. No, that's not how anyone viewed you. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on a good Clippers team. Point being is, I appreciate that. I don't feel like he's thinking that right now. Like he has to stick with his thing. There's a sense of urgency with Paul George.
He was balling last night.
My fear is, though, it's with Paul George.
See, I don't think, and you think Kawhi.
Well,
Kawhi is Kawhi. You see Kawhi turn it on yesterday in that fourth quarter?
I did. I saw Kawhi turn it on in the third quarter against Sacramento.
Yeah.
But, I don't need a reminder of what Kawhi Leonard can do. I just thought the first time we had heard Paul George talk about a sense of urgency, Kawhi Leonard was talking about, oh, we're going to stay the course. We're fine. I'm not playing tomorrow night. It's no big, and to me, that again, it's not a question of what Kawhi can do on the court. That's unquestionable. It's that felt off. That those two, and maybe it was because I heard the sound bites on the same night leading into the Kings game. Maybe that's why. But it just this feels off.
See, and what I got from it is Kawhi is one of those dudes you just let Kawhi do whatever, because he's a gamer. When it's winning time, when it's absolutely winning time, he always gonna be ready to go. Will he come through all the time? I don't know, but he's always gonna be ready to go. So Kawhi could be like, no, we're gonna be fine. Okay. I'm off tomorrow, but
yeah, we're gonna be fine. I still ain't playing
because tomorrow, in that case was not winning time. It was not winning time. You know what I mean? It was we'd like to win, but last night in the fourth quarter, when it was like, yo, we haven't won in 5 games.
Well, wasn't it Sacramento though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't winning time.
Oh,
it was like,
man, Kenny Caraway hates Sacramento. You heard it here. Sacramento Kings games aren't winning time for Kenny Caraway.
Well, they was gonna lose anyway. That's what I'm saying. He knew what it was. It's a loss. It's a loss. We're going into Golden One Center. We ain't winning that game.
It's a good way to save it there.
But you go into this Grizzlies game, and even during that game, Kawhi was quiet. Kawhi wasn't doing a whole lot. Paul George was cooking. It was up by 13. Everything. PG, you rock.
Yeah,
we're good.
They relied heavily on Paul George.
Yeah, you're good, PG. You cooking. Do what you do. Wait, what? We're down 13. We about to lose 5 games in a row or 6 games in a row, whatever it is. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Goddammit. We did have like 20-something in the fourth. He said, what? All right. I got it. Let me just, people, Kawhi might have lost a step. He's not the same. Let me get in transition below by Tillman and bang on somebody's head in the fourth quarter. Like this, it's winning time. This is what time it is.
That Kawhi might have lost the step stuff is bordering on goofy.
And I was the one, I said he looked a little different. Ever since then, he was balling. So to point being, I think Paul George needs to be reminded that it's time to lock in. I think he's that type of individual. Like, you got, hey, Paul, come on. We got to lock in. You're right, man. Let me lock in. Kawhi, this is my 5th game. I'm off. Is it the playoffs yet? We in the playoffs.
I don't know if Kawhi is going to take one off because I'm looking. The Clippers don't play tonight, and it doesn't appear, unless I'm missing, I don't think they play tomorrow. Who we root for is really boring tonight. It's Kings Pelicans. There are games out there, but really it boils down to the Kings Pelicans. Who he root for tomorrow? Well, that's a different story.
I love who he root for.
Grizzlies Lakers tomorrow. Philadelphia, Minnesota. That's
Lakers
easy.
are tied for 10th, the same record as Utah or something like that.
Well, if Sacramento does what they need to do tonight, I think there's a 3-way tie for there are 3 teams with the same record at 9, 10, and 11. So that's if Sacramento's got to take care of business tonight against New Orleans.